Hey guys. Sorry the stream is so late. I was mentally just drained this morning, so it took me a lot longer to wake up than normal. So, well, it also would help if I went to bed instead of just staying up all night. That would also help. But now that I'm back on my normal schedule of going to bed at night, uh, it, we left off my friend Evelyn, Paris, Fox, and Blake have all been introduced to one of my Grim forms, and Laz's Grim form. Blake is just staring with her mouth wide open, being like, "Damn." Paris is Paris is like, "What?" And well, Fox Fox is just staring. There's no real reaction, just staring. Uh, so sadly, Evelyn couldn't make it today. She's currently, I think she said she's at a zoo. Hopefully she's having a good. So you won't be hearing Evelyn, but currently I have Laz and Fox muted for the stream, but I can hear them. And Fox, it's hard to talk with you interrupting me. Um, but but so Evelyn has agreed to come back every once in a while, maybe once a month, maybe more, depending on what her schedule's like. I really enjoyed her being on here because then I have some inside jokes that you won't know, and then that you guys have inside jokes that she won't know with me. So it's just like an awkward interaction, but I honestly enjoyed her talking with Laz, who, why don't you say hi, Laz? Make sure you're here.
Hello.
And then Fox, a very bad combination. But Fox, let's do roll call.
Hi.
No, the emphasis whatsoever.
Yeah, like I said, it's still a little too early for me since I woke up late as well. I'm going to be
I know
sarcastic.
how to make criminals suffer. Because I'm guessing after she's gonna finish watching the links I sent her.
I know. Oh God, no. Oh, hold on. I need to message her, seeing if she's seen them.
Oof.
He's digging his own grave.
He really is. Then he normally does.
Oh, my two shovels and the backhoe as it just finally arrived, so I can dig my grave faster.
No, did you have the shovel? You got the shovel I sent you?
You sent me a shovel.
Yeah.
Oh.
The shovel
Evelyn hasn't
That
sent you a
title is
pin
facts,
yet.
bruh.
From what I'm hearing, criminal, Evelyn has not sent you the pin yet.
No, she's not sent me the quill pen.
I'm gonna remind her.
Please don't.
Criminal, if you see a shotgun shell in a mailbox one of these days, it's probably from me.
Or Evelyn, because Evelyn likes sending me random shit. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Evelyn just trying to imitate you.
Or maybe I asked her to.
That too. So, I'm waiting for a response, so let's get into this. So Paris just starts shooting Grim because she just wants to get this over with because she feels like this is going to be a threat. So she starts shooting Grim, ripping them apart, and she pulls out a few knives and starts stabbing them. With her ex-military training, she can do it very easily. I noticed this, but since I am very unintelligent at this point. I just stare at her. Instead of Laz, I stare at Paris. And I have a sense of familiarity with this. Laz is still ripping apart Grim indiscriminately. After maybe 10-20 minutes, Laz finally kills the last few Beowulfs, and one has snuck behind me and tries to attack me. I backhanded another one. Just lazily, I just backhand it really hard. So all the Grim are now dead. They're all destroyed. And Paris walks up to Fox and asks, how are we going to calm them down?
Honestly, they've never gone this berserk, so wing it.
As you say, wing it. My character flops on the ground, curls up in a ball, and you hear Chainsaw snoring.
Guess that's one over with.
With Laz, she hears the chainsaw snoring and uses one of her tails and backhands me basically and shoots me towards the mountain. I slam into the mountain and all the Grim energy that was around me just dissipates. And I'm still asleep. But my face is beet red. And there's blood coming out of pretty much every orifice.
Now, once again, saying like, well, that's one over, and now we have to deal with the main problem.
With all the Grim currently dead around you, it's just Laz, so you start focusing and concentrating harder with your semblance, and Laz starts to calm down a little bit more. And since there's no me around, Laz calms down a lot faster. So after like an hour of you just focusing on Laz and having your semblance and
As
Paris
well as
not
having
saying
Blake
anything,
hold me up, so because I know from what happened, if Blake, or Yang gets hurt, she enrages.
Blake being a sister to Laz and me, well, more sister to Laz, uh, is holding you up to make sure that she doesn't see that you're hurt. Slowly, Laz is fallen asleep and is now curled up in a ball. All 9 of her tails are out, just curling up and hiding her from the world. And she's asleep crying, but no one can see that and no one knows. Except for me, because I'm currently linked emotionally. But we skip 56 hours. And I finally wake up.
I was gonna say around this time, I instructed Blake and Paris to at least set up a temporary camp to make sure something bad doesn't happen to these two while they're asleep.
I finally wake up and I'm in a box of freezing cold water, which is pretty much all the way around me. You tried to wake me up multiple times with freezing cold water, but I never woke up. And I start yelling like a banshee, saying how cold it is. And you're like, oh, she's awake.
Oh, look. Look decided to finally get up.
And the very tightly sealed box that you didn't want any cold water to leak out of gets blown apart from me being pissed off that I'm freezing cold. So I run at you trying to punch you, but I remember that if I punch you, Laz is gonna beat the crap out of me. So I stop, but then think about punching you because Laz would beat the crap out of me. But I stop myself.
I still just stand there. It's like, you done?
No, I'm still mad at you.
What do you expect me? You're dead asleep.
Could at least been patient. And I stare and I look at Paris and go, I feel like I know you. And she looks at me and goes, yeah, I'm your 4th teammate. I go, no. answer me this question, and if you can't answer it, then I will count you as my fourth teammate. What does a pen do? And as I say that, Paris starts to laugh maniacally. And me hearing that laugh, I dart off into a random direction, terrified. And you notice that that direction is Beacon Academy. And you look over at Paris, and Paris is still laughing maniacally.
I just want to say, you might want to give him back because Osmond might be covering for us, but at the same time, the more he covers for us, the more suspicion is going to be placed onto our team.
At this point, she's rolling on the ground laughing so hard.
I guess I'll do it myself, as I simply just draw my flintlock and says, "You can work on it again."
I run back, like, really?
Yeah, just don't destroy the original look.
Okay. I grab it and rip a hole again, and then walk through, and then the hole closes. With that sound, Laz wakes up and throws something at me at supersonic speed, barely going through the hole that I tore open, stabbing me in the arm.
I would literally just say, how many times have I told you not to open that damn thing?
There's no response because I'm currently at my forge.
Asshole.
And at that point, Evelyn has Paris has started to calm down, and she wipes her eyes because she was crying and laughing so hard. And she asks, "Quick question: what is her original name?"
Nope, I guess you're the girl. You're the girl who she has told me about her past life.
What do you mean?
Alex, ring a bell?
I'm gonna stab that fucker in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, you and me both.
Well, the three of us, I should say.
Why is he so obsessed with forging though?
No idea.
What is his
I don't know, maybe
semblance anyway?
Yeah, I'm
they
not gonna
feel
explain.
off other semblances.
I
Or
I understand yours. Laz, I don't understand yours, and his is a complete mystery to me.
his what ifs gain him power.
You mean the thing that I did for countless
Uh-huh.
years after he left high
Uh-huh.
school?
Yeah.
Oh God,
I
we're
can also explain he's
screwed.
a mess.
And his prominent power is masochism.
That's why we freeze him.
Okay.
And that's all I'm gonna bear to say.
So, what are his most famous series that he takes pride in?
Horn.
God. There's Hard Neko, there's the law that Lemmy made him do. There's Top, Jack the Ripper.
Blood God.
Oh yeah, there's also the 18 plus what if. Ooh.
We all agreed never to speak of that one.
Wait, what?
Worth it.
The portal starts to open again, and I say, "Shut the hell up! That stuff's supposed to be hidden."
I will freeze you again. Make me.
You already froze my arm when you threw that icicle at me. God damn it! And
I can do it more.
I shut the portal.
I'm gonna freeze his entire body when I get back.
I mean, I did kind of lock him in a cube of dry ice and water.
Yeah, I'll make it worse. I just start to have a crooked grin after I say that.
Also, I should say around this point, I'm still hurting because during the all the Grim fight, as well as me trying to pacify a lot of the Grim and me trying to desperately get up, I got attacked and slashed. That's the reason why I'm bleeding, but hiding it.
I guess we should get back to Beacon now, shouldn't we?
As you say that, I will come walking through a portal, a new one that has opened up, and I say, "This is to main hall of Beacon Academy, and here's your flintlock. Oh,
No, thanks.
and here's a supply bag that you're gonna need."
Why?
When you open up, you'll see.
Okay.
As I walk through a different portal, I beckon for Fox to follow me and say that if Fox doesn't follow me, Laz is probably gonna get hurt.
Why?
And I won't be there to be tortured for a few days, which is fun for you guys, apparently.
I didn't say why.
I'll tell you if you walk through this portal.
Okay.
As I
Listen,
fully
just
walk
follow.
through.
Limping slightly, but hard to notice.
As Fox fully goes through, I shut the portal and say, "So that bag is full of different ammunition. You're going to need that for when you fully use your flintlock. And it has medical supplies for the injuries you have sustained."
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm perfectly fine.
As I walk over and flick you on the forehead, "I know you've sustained injuries. Do you not remember any of my vampire series? Just the
Still don't know what you're talking about.
just the slightest hint of blood, I know it's there."
I still don't know what you're talking about.
God. Heal yourself before you worry about Laz. Even though, yes, I'm goddamn massive masochist, does not mean you always have to worry about her. I can protect her somewhat.
You know, I'm always gonna worry about her, no matter what.
Mentally, probably not. Physically, definitely.
You know, I'm always gonna worry about her.
Yeah, you can worry about the mental state. The physical state, I can protect. Even though I'm an idiot most of the time. When it comes to protecting friends and family that I see, I don't stop until they're safe. You know this.
The same goes for me. Well, only applies to Laz, but
Yeah, that's why you constantly put dry ice down my back, the back of my shirt, throw dry ice at me, try freezing me to death, which doesn't work since I'm fucking immortal, and many other things.
I mean, it's a good way to test out your semblance.
You know I'm fucking immortal from my semblance.
Exactly.
As Laz, Blake, and Paris walk through the other portal immediately snaps shut after they fully walk through, and Osmond walks up saying, "How are you? I've been waiting for you to get back."
What do you think, Osmond?
"You had a very, very good display of your power."
Osmond, I will so badly want to slap you.
"You don't need to come into class for a good week or two. And Paris, our deal is still on. You can go if you want. Miss Blake, I'm sorry to say, but you must come to class, at least in a few days. And Blake says, yes, sir, and walks out. Laz is left there. Paris starts to walk off and say, can you stab him in the eye for me with an icicle?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And then Paris just starts running off. And as she runs off, she sees another portal open. And I go, last portal for the day. Oh god, this is really tiring. Here you go. And I hand her a backpack and I say, hey, that is full of stuff that you'll need. There's 2 things in there. 2 of them, one calms me down, one calms Laz down. You'll see why. And through the portal snaps shut, and I fall face first into my bed, which is in my room, and my room is now soundproof. After a few months of it not being soundproof, it's finally soundproofed. So I start chainsaw snoring, but no one can hear me. As Laz finally gets back, and Fox is waiting for her. Bandaged up, and
Well,
Laz can see the bandages, but waiting for her nonetheless.
as soon as welcome back.
Yeah. So where's he at?
What do you think?
Give me 1 second.
You
I
walk
just walked
You walk
in
up
his.
to my door and you open it slightly. You hear chainsaw snoring, and you shut my door, being like, too goddamn loud. Then your system dings, being friendly reminder you can turn on your noise canceling headphones that are currently on. If you did not remember,
I just have a devilish smirk as I turn them on, walk in the room as I have one of the icicles in my hand and just
I'm
shove it.
face down in my pillow.
I can flip you over.
You violently flip me over, slamming my head into an icicle to keep my head there, and then you start stabbing both my eyes with icicles.
Yep.
And you walk out of the room, slamming the door shut. I'm in there currently freezing my head off, literally and figuratively, with 3 icicles,
And
1 through
then
my neck,
as Laz walks,
2 in my eyes.
back to where I was, you can see me half my top off and everything, dressing up my wounds.
I'm just thinking, I should have gave him a unicorn horn.
No, you
Yeah.
did not just pull a hunter from Destiny. You did not. You did not just do that. Oh, God.
Speaking of Destiny, I guess I should actually participate in the Vault of Glass raid today.
So, quick little thing about Destiny. If you guys have not played it, I suggest you guys go play Destiny. Great game. Destiny 2, meh. Not in my top
It's getting
10.
better.
It's getting better, but you need to pay a lot of money to actually do it. To
No, you
play it.
don't.
When I was playing, yeah. But there's a thing the hunters can do. They can throw a knife. It's literally a throwing knife for the
Yeah.
solar subclass, and they have a game of throwing the knife and hitting the warlock and or other guardians that people play in the head and making them unicorns, because the knife stays there and looks like a unicorn horn if you hit it right. That's why I said, why are you pulling a hunter, if you guys don't know that reference. If you guys do, yay! But if you guys
We're
don't,
not idiots. Unlike certain someone.
I played the game and I knew that reference.
Cough, cough, criminal.
You're still an idiot, criminal.
Yeah. That's why I was just saying, yay! You knew it instead of yay! You're not an idiot, because I'm an idiot and I knew that reference.
Yeah, big brain, stab him.
Not all idiots don't know references.
Doubt.
I mean,
I know a lot of references, okay?
there's a lot of references you don't get that I say.
Accurate because I don't actually have medical training. I'm just kind of there. Fun fact in real life too. I'm literally just a sub nurse. They don't even have me do medical stuff. I'm just kind of there to help.
I say hi.
Good. And you just told them.
Oh. But after I finish dressing Fox's wounds, I would say you need to lay down, and if I see you get up, it won't be fun. Because I'd rather not have you reopen those wounds and have me have to rebandage them.
Yeah, but I still can't really walk thanks to my leg being shattered.
That's why I said don't try walking.
Fine. I just
Listen,
lay down basically on the couch.
if you need to move, I'll grab you by my tail and move you that way.
Got it.
As I would just walk to a chair nearby and just lay on it and be like, I'm gonna take a nap. And just curl up with my tails and fall asleep.
And then fast forward about a week later.
We
A
do
week.
fast forward a week. I am in my forge, currently banging on something that I found while in the train, and you haven't seen me for a good 3 days now. I finally walk out and say, I have done it! Really loudly, and it's currently the middle of the night, really loudly. Fox is still up because he doesn't sleep. He's a freaking gargoyle. And,
Vampire, get it right.
no, gargoyle, because you don't drink blood. And Laz wakes
Who
up
said
from
it
this
doesn't?
sudden sound spike, and, and she throws at subsonic speed, not breaking the sound barrier. That's what subsonic means. Uh, she throws an ice spike at me, lands it in my head, but I don't give a crap because I currently am wearing something, and I am happy about it. I walk into the house because I did not forget my key this time, and I go to my room and lay down on my bed and say, I'm done, and goes to sleep. 12 hours later, I wake up and it is
I
currently.
was gonna say a little scene where Laz sees me up and standing about.
I would
No,
usually.
Laz knows that you're freaking a gargoyle. So
No. I mean, like actually, like because she's forced me to lay down to basically sleep the entire week. To see me up and about.
That's
yeah, she's
mostly.
like, go rest. We're going back to class this week. Go rest. 12 hours later, it's lunchtime, and Laz and Fox are both in the cafeteria. I wake up at the house, and I go out of the house, and I'm like, ah, crap, I'm late. And
Way late.
yeah, way, way, way late. And out of instinct, I open a portal right behind Laz. So her ears start burning with the sound of the portal, and all the faunus that are currently near it start screeching out in pain. I walk through, I shut it, and they are all giving me dead looks. And I just give a sweet little smile and sit down and start eating. Because I brought a giant chicken with me.
Yeah, just as punishment because of me, I just pull out a ice pack from behind my back, and it's like, so what did I say?
And with my mouth full, I go, huh?
I just shove it through your neck.
And I basically also bonk him with things. What did I say about proper etiquette?
And through a gargled sound, and I'm gonna say this without gargling because it's very messy for me to do that, and I'm currently on my bed. But I say with a gargled voice and something in my mouth, so it's still a little muffled. What do you mean etiquette? This ain't your dinner table.
I simply just give the last look, saying, "Give me my tongs," and a shit ton of dry ice.
Your tongue's already with you, ding dong.
I
Remember you had to...
I flinch at the dry ice
No, I didn't
comment.
say it. I just give her the look that says it.
I flinch at that look because I remember the dry ice comment that she said before.
And I simply just get up. Thanks to the bucket that was brought out, I use my tongs, grab one dry ice, and hold it right above you, saying, "If you don't start eating like a proper lady, I will drop this cube."
I
No,
pull the
no, don't
ice
do
spike out of
that.
my a scratch. I don't leave a mark, but I scratch Laz just barely, stealing some of her aura. The wound immediately heals, and I pull the piece of chicken out of my mouth completely, and I go, "This is finger food. I don't give a crap what you say. This is finger food." And I just
And I
continue eating.
just drop the dry ice down.
Let's make it better. Make the dry ice into a ice spike and just shove it through him. You're looking at memes again, aren't you?
Yes,
Put
he is.
the memes down.
Okay, I got a notification that my sister texted me something. Looking nice and private between you two.
Uh,
My sister sent me this.
Criminal, now pay attention. Now pay fucking attention and throw your phone away.
I'm not gonna throw my phone away.
I'm not meaning it literally. Just throwing your phone away just means get it out of your sight.
hey, let's continue.
So after the dry ice is dropped on my head, I act like nothing's happened. And Laz looks at me like I'm crazy.
And I
And
just
then
remember, and then I remember him coming out the forge like, "Oh shit!"
And I just continue eating my piece of chicken.
I just look at him like, wait a minute.
He made something to protect him from the cold.
Then let's not use cold. Let's use something he hates.
My eyes widen at the sound of this, and I look at Laz saying, "Don't you dare."
I just pull out my phone, which I
Your
just pull
scroll.
his.
You pull out your scroll. It's not a phone, it's a scroll.
Yeah, scroll.
You
Scroll. I'm
guys
like,
you guys freaking hounded me on that.
And now we're kind of forgetting.
I just pull out the scroll. I'm like, I know what hates most is listening to his own voice recording. So
Then
I
I say,
go,
I also have Paris on. I also have
that's
Paris
my
on speed dial.
male voice. I say in a small, very unhearable tone, except for Laz and some of the faunus around me. I say, I hate my male voice.
and then I would just like, see, I could also do the other thing.
Then I also comment saying, I also have Paris on speed dial, and she's ready with a pen at any point.
As you say that, I pull out a pin, and it's one of the quill pins.
My body tenses up a little, and all of a sudden your system goes ding. Riddle has been received from the god of darkness. Would you like to do the riddle now or later?
Can I know what the riddle is?
Would you like to do the riddle now or later?
Fuck. Now, I guess.
As you say now, time around you seems to slow down to a very meaningful crawl, and I'm just looking at you like the God of Darkness did this, didn't he?
Yeah.
What's the riddle? And the
Well, just
system goes ding. The riddle is, what is white and black and that can save the world from any disaster?
what the fuck?
Okay, this riddle I'm not expecting you to get. This is a riddle from a TV show, and I'm telling the entire audience this is a riddle from a TV show that was on TV for maybe a few months, and then it was taken down for being too gruesome and gory. And this is out of the thing, so if you want to answer it correctly, I will not count it against you, but if you don't want to answer it correctly because you don't originally know this, the answer to the riddle is a little clip from a show called Mad Labs.
Mad Labs?
Yes. This show made parodies of everything. There was a little clip in it called Spy versus Spy. It was like the Roadrunner
Oh, I
versus
remember that.
Wile E. Coyote. Yeah, Spy versus Spy, where they kept attacking each other, trying to kill each other, but they can never do it. One wins one time, the other wins the other time. Yeah, it's back and forth. And Mad Libs, the person saying, "It's me," or yeah, it was the prophecy of Kung Fu Panda 2. It was a prophecy of Kung Fu Panda 2, and the panda said, "Me." The fireworks go off, and she goes, "No." She reveals behind a curtain, Spy versus Spy, and they go, "Hey," and she goes, "Them." So that's a little hilarious thing you guys should go look up. I think it's called Mad Labs.
So the answer would be Spy versus Spy.
Yes, the answer is Spy versus Spy.
Also, fun fact: Spy vs. Spy has been around for a while.
But that was the most seen version of it. That was the most seen version of it. I looked it up, and yes, it's been around for a really long time. If I remember correctly, when I looked it up,
Very long. One of the
it's
most
older than
ancient
me.
TV. One of the most ancient shows.
If I remember correctly, it's older than me. But so if you want to answer it correctly, you can, but if you want me to answer it for you, my character will know the answer to it. Yeah. So if you
Okay.
want to, you can. If you want to ask my character, because my character now has the time control ability from, oh god, the absolute control one that I did. I forgot when I did it, but I did one, and oh my god, I loved and hate how I
That
did
was a
that.
really weird. That was a really weird one.
Yeah, I love how I portrayed her abilities. I loved how I did that. Where it's, if she knows about it, she will lose her abilities, but if she doesn't know about it, she won't lose her abilities. So, yeah. Um, hmm. So, a quick question before we continue. Do you want to answer it correctly or do you not want to answer it correctly?
Let's have it answer correctly, I guess.
Okay. So, if you do answer it correctly, I won't hold it against you, but if you answer it wrong, the downsides are going to be a little bit more than normal. So, the riddle shows up and it's what's black and white and can save the world. And you say that to me, and I'm like, oh, I know this. Easy. You want me to tell you the answer?
I'm just like, sure.
It's Spy versus Spy from Mad Labs.
That old show.
Yeah! It's freaking hilarious. Cowboys versus
Yeah.
aliens. I love that little parody.
No wonder you're so stupid.
Hey! I'm not the stupid one who puts Friends on Cartoon Network at frickin' 9 o'clock at night when kids are most likely watching it.
You're so stupid. I would just answer the Dark God Spy versus Spy.
Ding! Correct. Another curse has been bestowed. You have. Yeah, it's just names for curses. You have World of Domination or World of Pacificity.
Why do I feel like either way I'll be targeted?
Domination.
Either way, I feel like I'm going to be targeted with those.
Are you sure you
Yeah,
want
that's
World of
plan.
Domination? Because they're both bad.
I guess. I don't have a choice, do I?
So, ding, you have received the curse of world domination. It
Well,
has
I guess
fused with the first curse you've gotten of dominatrix.
Oh, shit.
So now it is impossible for you to dominate. Even though you will have the will to dominate, it is impossible. Only the people around you have the eligibility to dominate in the relationship. The benefits!
Well, damn.
The benefits! 2 times XP growth.
Oof.
So now you have normal XP growth and super rapid stats growth. So you're gonna get so fucking strong. By the way, you're level 30.
Mm.
And
So
then
you're
here I am, which I'm still powerful even without the system.
so your strength currently is at 134. Your stamina is at 500. Your HP is at 1,000. Yeah, you're gonna be overpowered. Your aura, which also has underneath it mana, is at 13,000. Your intel is at 100. Your wisdom is at 1,000. Your charm still at 10. Ding! Inventory unlocked. Ding! God of death and God of life from your original world have taken a good liking to you. Would you like to receive a curse or a blessing from them?
Sure.
The blessing: increase experience. Curse: name God.
Huh?
The blessing will give you increased experience growth, but you don't know the name of it. The curse's name is just God.
I guess curse.
Ding! You've received the curse God. You have lost your immortality, so you can die, but you
Aw,
don't age. Now, the benefits of this is A, you don't age, and B, more gods can see your exploits and see what you've done and made of your life now, and can give you curses and debuffs. Ding!
Ding.
God of creation has seen your exploits and your life and how tragic you died and gave you 2 choices. 1, you become a god. And 2, infinite reincarnations.
Ooh.
Description just has question marks.
Mm.
about to be max level too, so
How much is the god route? Because I have an idea.
you want to become a god. I kind of expected you to want to become a god. So
Oh god, Kiana's coming out.
you want to become a god.
Yes.
Okay. Ding! Description unlocked. God path chosen. You have up to level 35 in each world. And you must go through 10 worlds before you can be a god.
Oh, I see. Now I understand.
Ding! Would you like to choose the world or go to random?
Choose.
Ding! You are able to choose worlds, but the god of creation gets to choose one of your random companions to send with you.
Oh, great.
AKA always criminal.
Ding! God of creation has chose your friend, the Unsmooth criminal, and's given him godly powers. But there's a downside. He loses all his godly powers when he goes in, but when he's there, he gets pretty much godly powers again. Like you, but then can lose them again. So he can never be a god, but he can have a friend that he can torture forever, because he'll keep his masochism and immortality.
I half assumed you probably have. I half assumed you bring me. Half assumed.
So I was like, great, I have to deal with the idiot for eternity. Well,
I go, what? You've been
shut
talking
up.
to yourself. And then I see something flash in front of my face, and it says, would you like to become a slave to Laz, or would you like to become a companion to Laz? And I just look and go, Laz, choose one or two.
I don't know, too.
Okay, I'm your companion now. I click the yes button, and then all of a sudden, ding, you have accepted a companion. Your companion can now level up. And every time you meet your companion, automatic companion in status, and they can level up with you in each world. So all of a sudden, I see a system UI, and it shows me all the abilities I have unlocked. And I go, damn. Laz?
What?
How should I say this? Uh,
Or you get stabbed.
I have all the abilities from all my what ifs.
Well, duh. It's based off your fucking symbols.
And I'm max level.
So it means I can punish you more.
No, I'm not your slave. I'm your companion.
Quote, when I was doing this, it said I could torture you for eternity. So, where's the pen?
Oh yeah, criminal. Remind me after the stream. I want to talk to you about something.
Okay. I start shrinking back in my seat, and I continue eating the chicken that I have in my hand. And time slowly starts again, and you just give off this aura of killing intent towards me, and I'm just shrinking down in my seat. And Fox notices this and goes, "What happened?"
I just feel like what happened, and do I really care?
Short version. I get to torture him for eternity.
Oh. Why didn't I get like told to come along? I would love to torture him for eternity as well.
Oh, you got that quill pin with you, right?
Yeah. Paris gave it to me as a gift for criminal. Anything he pisses you off.
Oh, good. Hand here.
Okay. Hands over the quill pen. It's a custom made one with ultra sharp ends.
Ooh. just shanks it in his eye.
I start enjoying it.
Twist.
I enjoy it even more because masochism's coming out.
Ooh, I can surround it in ice.
You surround it in ice, and the ice doesn't affect me. Now it's just a numb section of my head, and I stop feeling the pleasure from it.
Oh. Oh. Criminal. Remember that one time we chatted and you hated me for what I did?
Maybe.
So what happens if I implant that in your brain?
Oh, you mean the ice crystal that you've already accidentally implanted in my brain that you can blow up at any time?
Not just this, but the other one.
Don't remember.
Yeah, you'll find out soon.
And as you say that, Good Witch walks in and says, "You're the only two left in here."
Shut up, Good Witch.
I know that you're supposed to be out for another week, but still, you could at least try to keep the ruckus down even when no one's in here.
I'm only here to make sure these two don't get into trouble.
I just turned my head, look at Good Witch like
What do you
I'm
mean?
ready to stab her.
What do you mean two? There's only you and Laz.
Oh, that motherfucker.
Laz looks back over to where I am, and I'm gone.
I said, like, Good Witch. Oh, Alexis was here, but she decided to use her semblance and dip.
I'm just cracking my head. I was like, oh, when I find you.
Across campus, all of a sudden, I get a shiver down my spine. I'm like, I really should not have left. But I really did not want her to break the new necklace that I made. I made one for her and Fox. But meh.
And back with us, I also tell Good Witch, oh yeah, like, Miss Good Witch, thanks for the semblance training, by the way.
She goes, "You're welcome." And she walks off.
Throw it.
And a portal opens in front of both Fox and Laz, making the ear-piercing noise again for Laz, but Fox just hears tearing. And if you guys know the portal sound from Bleach, that's the portal sound. And Laz is recoiling from the pain of the sound, and it's a necklace. It's a box that holding in it is now in front of her, and Fox just gets a plain old necklace in front of him, or in front of her, actually.
Yeah, because I'm playing a female in this one.
Yeah.
I just have my ears covered.
There's a note on Laz's box, and then there's a just crumpled up note on Fox's necklace.
I was gonna say, wow, I see who his favorite is. I said he better not be trying to steal.
And as Laz recovers from the pain, Fox opens up the note and reads, "This is to help calm me and Laz down. You put this on your sword and infuse dust into your sword or into your pistol, and it will calm us down when you put the gem on your weapon."
So basically, I say out loud, like, so only use this last. Got it. Don't care about that fucking piece of shit criminal.
And Laz hears this and opens the paper up, and it says, "This is so you don't have to keep turning off and on the noise canceling headphones that you're wearing. This is a necklace that will just drown out the sound of the portals. And I'm sorry, I had to leave. But I'm also making something new, and I wanted to make sure that I could finish it. And if I could finish it, it's going to help so much with the Grim killing. So, yeah. You'll also like it. It's really cool. So, talk to you in a little bit. Love, Alexis.
I'm just like, this idiot. He could have done this sooner if he waits this long.
After Laz and Fox go to class for that day, they get back to the house and they see a new section of the house has been built. It's completely built somehow in very little time. It's completely built, perfect foundation, and they hear a whirling of a milling machine and some other machines in there. Fox walks up to it and goes, "Okay, don't go in there yet. Someone's working."
No, I just say like, God damn it. I don't really give a shit if you're working or not. If people are working or not.
Okay, you just say "God damn it" and then walk into the house, not caring. And you see your tea set in front of the basically door on the table with a note saying, "It's pretty much ready. I just didn't know how hot you like your water, so here you go. I'll be out in maybe 10, 20 minutes from when you guys get back. So can you wait?" And it just has a smiley face and then a perfect drawing of Alexis smiling also.
Then I just realized, shit, well, that motherfucker decided to underheat the tea. Got to remake it now.
No, I didn't even heat the water. I just put the tea leaves in the thing. I didn't even touch the
Then I
water.
said, God damn it. Then I say, like, God damn it, he did it wrong. He did it wrong, guys. She needs more training.
And then on the back side of the note, because Laz picked it up, just inspecting it, it says, "Yeah, me no make tea good, me make coffee good."
And I just say, neither is your English.
And then a little note at the bottom that you didn't see until after you said that. "Yeah, that neither good too."
The magic note.
The
Fucking
magic
child.
note.
And I'm just like, are you watching memes in there?
I finally come out after 12-ish minutes and I walk in to the house and say, "It is done. I'm not happy that I made this, but it is done.
What'd you make?
I made something for you, Les, something for me." Well, I already made me something. That is the necklace that I made to counteract cold, because I don't like cold. And I
Just
made that gemmed necklace for you. I also made 3 guns. One, I don't like what I did with this, but I made a Henry rifle for you, Fox. Laz, oh god, I don't know why I did this. I
What'd you
don't know why I
do?
did this at all. I made a special gem, and you'll see what it does after you put it on. And I made myself a special gem too. I made each of us something called an embryo. And if you guys have seen Infinite Dendrogram, I suggest you guys go watch it. Great show. Embryos are really cool. You guys need to go check out Infinite Dendrogram to get the scoop on an embryo. But I say
Meh.
the left gem is yours. The blue right one is mine. And if you activate it, I suggest you have all 9 of your tails out and hardened.
Okay.
But it can also adapt to how many tails you have, and it has a name.
Okay.
Do you want to know its name?
Sure.
Athena.
Athena.
Yes.
So when I use it, I have to have all 9 tails and hardened.
Yes.
What the fuck did you do?
You'll see if you activate it. And mine is Mars. And if anybody knows who Mars is, it's a Greek god. Or not Greek. Damn it. Roman god.
Greek, Roman, same thing.
No.
Yes, there's different pronunciations. They share a lot of the
Ares.
same gods.
Hold on. Ares is the god of war for the Greeks. Ares
That's what I'm
normally
saying. They
carries a
share a
sword.
lot. They share a lot of the same gods.
They do share a lot of the same gods. But
That's
here's the
what I'm
difference
saying.
between the Greek and Roman versions I'm referencing. Ares carries a sword and shield most of the time, or a great sword. With Mars, he normally
Or nothing at all.
or nothing at all. Mars, he normally carries either a long range weapon or a very close range dagger set. Knife dagger.
Or nothing at all.
No, he normally carries weapons.
No, but I read.
So
Keep in mind, I fucking love European history and mythology. I know a lot.
I do too. And the mythology that I'm going with, he always has weapons with him. Mars
The
always
mythology
has
I'm
weapons with
bringing
him.
up is the generalized, bringing them all.
Yes,
Yes,
but
he has a weapon, but he never really draws them unless he needs to. So most of the time, he's still unarmed.
You two children done complaining?
So I
I'm making a
put
double
the
check the facts.
embryo on my right wrist and I click it in. It looks like a bracelet at first, and then once I click it on my wrist, it shifts and morphs into what looks like a fingerless glove on my right hand that disappears in the center, opening up to a symbol on my right hand. And it's the symbol of the Roman pantheon. And Laz, when she picks it up and puts it on, it shifts into the symbol on her hand, and this one shows the Greek pantheon. But when I summon mine, it's just a lump in my hand. And I go, okay, this is going to be very strange at first, but Laz, if you summon yours, be prepared for a little person.
Huh?
And I crush the rock, and a giant man walks out and slams me to the ground and says, "What the hell is that for?" I go, "To summon you." Ow. Ow, that hurt.
Okay. I guess I should start hardening my tails then.
As you fully harden your tails and you bring out all your tails, you summon your embryo, and all of a sudden, you feel this threatening aura around you, and just shield yourself from a specific direction, and you feel the slot in between two of your tails split open just very slightly, yet a spear comes barreling through, and the shield gets stopped by your tails. And this female voice says, "Who has summoned me?"
That'd be me.
And she'd look at you and go, "Oh, hello. My name is
Hi.
Athena."
Was the spear necessary?
I was currently sleeping when I was summoned.
Yeah, sorry. You can blame that one.
As she looks over and she sees Ares, this version is Ares. I haven't calmed it down to Mars. Just beating the crap out of me with a sword and a mallet. Just stabbing me, slamming me upside the head. I'm like, "I have a question. Stop. If you'd stop stabbing me real quick, I can ask you the question and then you can be unsummoned." And he goes, "Okay, what's the question?" I go, would you be willing to impart some of your divine powers upon me just for a tiny bit so I can do something and make you enjoy it? And then I won't summon you ever again. And he goes, I'll be in the same room as you, but sure. And she goes, okay, I'll summon you again in maybe like 2 days. I'm very tired from all this crafting. I need to go to sleep. And I unsummon an Aries and say, next time it'll be Mars. I hope. I look at my right wrist and it shows half Greek, half Roman. I'm like, damn it. I messed up at some point. Damn it. I look over and I see Athena, and she's ready to gut me with her spear and shield. I'm like, Laz, you didn't tell her that I summoned her, did you?
I said you gave me the gem and told me to summon her.
Oh, okay. And I get stabbed through the head.
I'm
And
standing there confused, like, what the
thoroughly
fuck is going
bashed with
on?
the shield.
I'm just over here enjoying the show.
Also, criminal.
But
If you check your mobile real quick and see the message, your direct message for me, I'm going to do a little teaser. So I'm changing the Henry rifle to a snub nose 44 for a teaser. I'm not gonna act on it, but it's just a little teaser to what if I'm planning.
okay.
I'll do it once you guys are finished with your little god part.
Oh God. No pun intended. So after I'm thoroughly beaten and Athena has tired this mortal body out, she goes, "Well, I'll gladly impart a great weapon of mass destruction that you'll have to be very strategic with to not kill anything unnecessary with to you for a measly chance of showing up every once in a while." And she just gives me a glare and says, "How?" And I say, "Divine Rock." And I just fall asleep there. And there's no chainsaw snoring because I'm still healing, but I I'm I'm thoroughly passed out. And Athena goes, "Oh God, I knew Hephaestus should have not dropped that stone." As she looks over and she sees Hephaestus's favorite hammer on my anvil in my forge, which is a little further away, and she goes, "If I find Hephaestus, I'm going to rip him apart." And she just disappears. And the gem is now back on your right wrist, but you try to remove it and you can't. The gem on my right wrist is there like yours. Nobody can remove it. So I'm done with my godly part.
As I'm just stood there confused, like when I asked, "What the hell happened?"
I apparently summoned Athena. He summoned Ares and got his ass whooped. And Athena also kicked his ass.
Okay then,
And the
Alexis,
chainsaw snoring starts very
you're.
soft.
I was gonna say, the rifle Alexis had me changed to this as I show the snub nose 44.
I'm like, also, I have to ask why he did this. So,
Yeah.
when I
Also,
The snoring slowly evolves into chainsaw snoring that's super loud.
as that's going on,
But
a blue
Laz
card
cannot hear the
appears in front
chainsaw
of me.
snoring.
While this is going on, a blue card appears in front of me. As it just says, gesture.
Oh.
I like, what the hell is this? That is simply just the card just goes into my body and that's it.
I see what you did.
Mm-hmm. Anyone who
Mm.
knows what that is, then yeah, that's my next what if.
I see.
I know of 3 different
If
animes that hold guns in them, or a version of a gun, and the Jester card. So I don't know exactly what you're referencing.
I keep in mind, I also said a blue card.
Yeah, the Jester card, it normally has blue on it.
You're a fucking idiot.
No duh.
Keep in mind, the weapon I chose was a snub nose 44.
I don't know
A
where
blue
that's coming
card
from.
with a picture of the jester of the fortune telling cards.
A tarot card.
Yeah, a tarot card. That should be pretty obvious for the viewers and hopefully you, if you're not an idiot, what the next what if will be.
Well, guess what? An idiot.
I'll tell you after the stream what it is.
Okay. Well, after a good 3 hours, I finally wake up from being thoroughly thrashed. And I'm still outside because Fox just didn't care to take me to my room. And Laz didn't know I forgot I was there because she didn't hear the chainsaw snoring that I constantly did. Because the necklace that I gave Laz, even when it's not around her neck, because she doesn't have it around her neck yet, it still, in her presence, knocks all super loud noises that I make personally down to unaudible levels, so she can't hear it whatsoever. So my chainsaw snoring is canceled, the portals are canceled. So yeah. I wake up and I walk down to my forge. And I walk into my forge and I summon Ares, or actually Mars this time, and say, okay, so I got the right person. And he goes, no, no, you didn't. And I go, yeah, I've been waiting for Mars, not Ares. And he goes, I'm both. So fuck off. I go, oh, damn it. Rock, maybe, no. Can I have it? He goes, fine. Here you go. I go, thank you. Oh, and can you stay till this is done? Because I need you to give something back to Hephaestus that I kind of stole from him. But don't tell him I stole it. Just tell him I borrowed it. Because I'm still giving it back. And he goes, same way I borrow his wife? Got it. I go, yeah. So, after a few hours of me in the forge, I regard Ares as a king and the king of war, or god of war sometimes, but mostly king of war because I don't see him as god because he can die. And I hand him a simple weapon, but a weapon nonetheless, and I hand him the hammer and say that that weapon will change between your forms, and the weapon I forged from it will help me in the long run, and I'll be able to summon it with this thing you gave me here. And I also kind of will forge the rest of the weapons for the gods, if you're willing. On one condition, and he goes, what is that condition? And I say, you bless Laz at some point, or curse her for what she prefers, these curses. And he goes, I can do that. And he says, anything else? Because this weapon is cool. I go, yeah. If I may tell the gods, if I do make them a weapon, you bless or curse Laz, whichever one they want. And he goes, cool, I understand. And he just disappears. And I look at the weapon that I made and I go, yes! I've been wanting this weapon for so long! Finally got Olympian medal to make it. Yes! And I put the blades on my back, and the chains sear into my skin, which I can't feel because of my
Oh
necklace
my
being
fucking
I
god!
know what you're making.
because my necklace completely negates all thermal feeling for me, so I don't feel heat or cold anymore. And I
You a
walk
dick.
out of the forge, and I walk into the place, and the blades are on my back, fully decorated with all their gold, like they're max level from the game. And if you guys know what these blades are from the game, you know exactly why I summoned Ares before Mars.
Nah, I'll do mystery. I'll ruin the mystery. It's the Blades of Chaos.
God damn it. If anybody knows the history of Kratos, the god of war, or from the God of War series, Kratos got the Blades of Chaos after selling his soul to Ares and killing Ares to free himself from Ares, so he became the god of war, and now he's on a rampage through Norse mythology.
Well, not really a rampage. He's only on a rampage since they attacked his son, which is theorized to be Loki.
No, guaranteed to be Loki.
Yeah, that's what it's theorized to be Loki.
And
Guaranteed.
so after that little incident, I changed dramatically. It's been multiple weeks now. I don't make the portals as often. I'm not as loud and obnoxious, but you do see me hiding away a lot of the times. Not in my forge this time, but a lot of the times in my room or just hiding in the gunsmith or the smithing room for guns that I made and trying different designs. And finally, comes in and asks questions about her embryo.
Yeah, I kept asking, so what's this for and why did you give it to me?
For killing Grim easier. Why? It's going to be freaking cool when you summon it. And third reason, the blessing of Athena that you're going to get if you start using it, it will help you control your Grim state better. And I pull out one of the Blades of Chaos, and Laz recognizes it immediately and goes, "You didn't!" And I go, "Yes, these and this," and I show the little medallion or pendant. And I say, "This nullifies all temperature while I'm in normal state, but these react negatively when I start transforming into Grim state. They start searing into me even harder. And this stops negating temperature. So I start feeling the pain of the searing heat or the cold." And I kind of made a contract with one of the Norse gods. Give me some Uru to make the Leviathan axe. I was planning on giving that to Fox. So yeah. And just like that, a chunk of rock just falls in front of me and almost hits
Nope, that says from Thor.
and almost on my weapon. I slam my hand out, hitting the wall, almost ripping a hole through it from my ridiculous strength. And I grab it, and it has a note on it, and it says, "Freshly mined with Thor's love in mind." And I go, "God damn it. No, it would have been better if Loki just got it. Would have just made a better deal with Loki, but Loki wanted to curse you with negative effects instead of positive effects. I
But
should
as Loki, he probably would have lied. He probably lied about negative effects.
I should have just trusted Loki. He lies about everything he says, so he probably was just giving you positive effects. And Loki appears out of nowhere and goes, "Heh, you saw through my deception." And I go, "It's either a guarantee, but maybe we'll destroy something later from a idiot of your brother, or not a guarantee, 50-50 chance that is a guarantee that I'll get the medal. Should I guarantee the medal and no harm comes to my friend, or have a 50-50 chance that my master gets hurt? Oh crap. My friend gets hurt.
Master? Excuse me?
What? I didn't say that. I said friend.
You said master.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No,
Yes, you did.
no. You're hallucinating.
Lucky, did he say master?
Yes, she did.
Ha!
Loki lies about everything.
Loki's my friend.
But not everything. Loki in actual Norse mythology is actually one of the most truthful gods.
And that's why it seems like he lies about everything.
Yeah.
His silver tongue makes it sound like a lie. And
But it's, in actuality, he's just blunt about everything.
yeah, he's so fucking blunt. He's like Beth from the Monstrous Duke's adopted daughter.
Oh, hell yeah.
You've read it? I've read it up to chapter 60.
Or the Demon Queen from Demon Queen and Mage.
Yes! Mage and Demon Queen, yes.
Yep. Season 3, finally, yes!
I know! Ah, it's so good.
Okay, let's continue.
Yeah. So, look, I shoot Loki off with threatening to slash his head off and make him go back to Asgard that way, or Valhalla that way. And he hates being slashed apart, so he graciously leaves, but without telling me that he whispered in Laz's ear. She definitely said master. I think it's that companion contract that's getting to her. And I turn around and I set the chunk of rock down and I say, okay, so your godly weapon is a battleship. And if anybody has watched Infinite Dendrogram or read the light novel, I think it has the light novel, I know which one it is, the Lord of Destructions. So the battleship is completely autonomous, but it only responds to you. And if you go into Grim State, it will be summoned automatically and start firing upon you until you go back to normal state.
Fun.
And Athena, if you destroy the battleship, will summon herself and forcibly turn you back to human. If you destroy the battleship.
Hell shit.
So, I made some fail-safes for when we go berserk from our grim state, because we almost hurt a lot of people.
You connected us like an idiot.
That was a complete accident.
You still did it.
I know.
And the only reason why you didn't hurt anyone is because of my character's semblance.
Well, that still didn't work when they started attacking me. I just started pushing their shit in and knocking them all out. Didn't kill them, but hurting them severely.
Because the semblance wouldn't allow you. Because my semblance wouldn't allow you.
No, I just don't kill normal people in Grim State. I just don't kill normal people. So even with your semblance, I wouldn't have killed them. So I grab the rock and I walk over to my forge and I say, this is going to take a while. Would you like to do the finishing touches with the ornate design, or do you want me to do the ornate design and have it modeled after you?
You can do it, I guess.
Okay. Fox axe it is. I walk into my forge and I put the metal piece down. I walk back into the smithing area where I smith some my gunsmithery, whatever you want to call it. And I
Gunnery.
start gun assembly area, and I start putting together the weapon. And Laz, Evan, what the hell is that? And I say, it's exactly what it looks like, an AK-47. And she goes, you know what I mean? And I go, I do. And here you go. And I hand her the AK-47 and say, this is for when you have the long range engagements that are a little further than you think. It's only semi-automatic. It's not fully automatic. And it only shoots SHE, or super high explosive. And if you ever need super high explosive rounds, you can get a box of 50 from that bin over there. And I point over to a rack that looks like the whale oil dispensary in Dishonored. You pull the lever and a box of SHE ammo gets dispensed. And I say, if you ever need it, it's right there. It'll never run out because only you can use that ammo. The ammo that Fox uses is that dispensary, and it's already out because of her stupid practice. I need to make test ammo for her and make the new dispenser for that so I can save on ammunition. But
So I just ask, what's the max range on this?
2 kilometers.
Bad.
As you can hear from outside, a lightning bolt strike.
Huh.
Did you piss him first?
I shouldn't have pissed off any of the gods.
And through the somehow window criminal has in his, and the window criminal has in his gunnery, you can see a red lightning bolt strike every once in a while.
Okay, that is not a god. I know that for a fact.
I'm just like, Evelyn, you know what my favorite gun is when we were alive, right?
No.
What did I always fantasize with weaponry?
50?
Sniper rifles.
Oh, okay. I take the AK from you and say, give me 10, 20 minutes.
Fun fact, you can actually turn an AK into a Dragunov in under 5 minutes.
I know. But if anybody's followed Brandon Herrera, I suggest you go check him out. Because he's
The
one.
AK man.
Yes, the AK guy. He is the man with the plan to make the AK-50.
And it's already somehow working.
And it works perfectly.
Well,
hiccups.
Quote unquote perfect.
There's hiccups in it, but that's expected for a
AKA blowing up twice.
Not including Kentucky Ballistic Slap Around and Explosion. Go check him out.
Yeah.
He's a great YouTuber. I suggest you go check him out. He's a great gun YouTuber, especially. And he has a lot of knowledge.
And he hates Curse Guns images, so always send him some.
That's for Brandon.
Yeah.
Send Brandon Curse gun images. If you're in the Discord, go sort through those and send him them. I've been slowly picking through them, seeing which ones he's already done and which ones he hasn't, and sending him some. I don't think he gets pretty much any of them, because I haven't seen any of the ones that I've sent him.
Billy Ghosts are based on Reddit.
Okay, go send him to his subreddit. But let's get back on topic, because I have at most 27 more minutes for the stream. Because I got to end at 2:30 for me. So, I start tinkering with the AK, and Laz finds some of my semblance's abilities. She sees me creating something out of nothing for some of them. and nothing out of something. And she sees this, and it looks like I'm sculpting with clay. After around 50-ish minutes, I walk over to the gun rack, or not gun rack, the ammo dispensary, and I remove the label, and I erase what's on the label with nothing but air, and I write something new down. It appears in big bold font like it's printed on a computer, and I slap it on there, and I pull the lever, and it dispenses 50 BMG rounds, which is 50. I forgot what BMG stands for.
BMG is usually just it's an antimatter rifle round. That's it.
It is an antimatter rifle round. It's 50 BMG SHE, which is super high explosive. And I pick up one of the rounds and I load it into the gun. I walk out of there. The buttstock is still a little short for being a 50 rifle.
AK-50.
It is a little short for being an AK-50, and I will probably have it. I'll try to get his channel linked in the description.
If you remember.
If I remember for this when I'm done with streaming. And I fire it. And I didn't space it right. I didn't do any of the gassing right, so it didn't cycle correctly.
Of course it doesn't.
So I pull up my scroll, and it looks like a cell phone from Earth. And Laz looks at me like I'm a foreign object now, because she's seen me mold metal like clay and pull out a cell phone from Earth. And I pull up YouTube, and I pull up some of the things, and I just watch it for a few seconds. I shut it off, and I put it back in my pocket, and I start molding metal like clay. And she's staring at me like I'm a foreign object now, because I'm working so fast that it's hard to keep up. And I'm dead serious. I'm not making a sound verbally. She can't hear my breathing. She sees me running around like crazy, but somehow orderly. And I run into my forge, and I start banging out a piece of metal that I had loose. I put it in the fire, I heat it up, and I start banging it out. I run back in, and I break a piece of metal off. I start molding it again, and I put it in the gun. It's now, quote unquote, perfect, but nothing's perfect. I walk out with a SHE round, and I put it in the gun, and I shoot it. The round gets caught in the barrel and blows the barrel up. So I stick a piece of metal in the milling machine. I turn it on to the specs that I originally had for a 50 BMG barrel, and I start working on the wood. I make the wood look ornate. I change it a little to where the scope is a little longer, because I had a 10 times scope. Now I have a 30 times scope, which can change into 20 and 10. So,
Then why didn't you say a variable range scope?
because only I can change it into 20 and 10.
I say I think I'd get so used to it, you had to start drawing something.
And while you're drawing, I run over, look over your shoulder, and see either a pattern that you're starting to draw, and a light bulb goes off in my mind. And the barrel is still going on, getting bored and shapen. And I run over to the furnishings of the gun, and I start slowly wiping my hand over it. And Laz looks up after drawing for a little bit, wondering how far along I am, and she sees that I'm burning the wood. and she sees that I did some weird stuff to the wood, so an innate, very elaborate drawing has come up on the wood. And I finally get the barrel out of the machine, and I take it over to another machine that I have that I made personally, and I start carving into the barrel without hurting its integrity. And I'm done carving into the barrel, and I put it on the gun. I secure it in place, and I hand it over to Laz. And Laz sees this ornate dragon wrapping around the gun, and the face is the muzzle brake. Yeah, muzzle brake. And the tail is the buttstock, curled up in a winding pattern. And I hand it over and I say, I forgot you prefer sniper rifles. Here you go. It has the same exact distance, but this does 50 times more damage than the original round because of these SHE. I can put a little bit more powder in it.
Well, you like making things that explode, right?
Yes. The rifle will not explode.
Oh, that's not. I have a little project for you.
Yes, what is it?
So, you know anti-tank rifles, right?
You mean the 50 BMG that's currently in your hands?
Yeah, I have an idea for you. I'm gonna draw it first, but I'll let you know when I'm done.
Okay. As I run into my forge, and normally I would bug you for more details about challenges that you would give me, and I didn't bug you about it. And this confused you a little bit, but then you just brush it off as she's in working mode instead of normal criminal mode. And
I kind of just walk in with burnt electrocution marks around my hands and everything.
I'd just be drawing like
when you walk
the
in and the smell of burning flesh hits a sensor that's currently at the top of the door frame, a med kit is dispensed from the roof of the smithy, and it's thrusted in your face, and you freak out from it.
In the hallway.
Yeah, and it's from the smithy.
Okay.
It gets thrusted in your face, and you smack your face on it because it got thrusted in your face, so you can't really dodge it in time because you're not paying attention.
I was just thinking, it's like, okay, but I don't. Besides just the searing, just besides the burn, it didn't really hurt at all.
And you open it up and you see a note saying, for burn wounds. Mainly for Alexis, but for everybody else too. And you see burn ointment, you see gauze, you see cleaning solutions, and this is all high-grade medical supplies for burn wounds.
I simply just look down at my hands like, I'm still gonna have the scars look cool anyway, so I'm not gonna deal with dressing them.
And I walk back into the main area after running into my forge, and I put a small table in the smithy, and I say, Laz, this is a drawing table if you want to use this instead of that crummy table that you're currently working at or trying to use your lap. This is a drawing table for blueprints.
Okay. That made it a lot easier.
And I grab a blueprint that was currently on the table and I say, ooh, crap. I'm glad you didn't see that.
As right before you run out, as I catch you in the hallway, it's like, Alexis, wait up.
Yes?
Do you know God? Do you know any Japanese gods that would try to get in contact with me?
Maybe. Why?
Because Izanagi got in contact with me.
God.
He gave me Magatsu.
No! Do I have to change what I'm giving you? Oh God.
I'm not changing it. I'm just saying because that's a hint to my new what if.
I'm gonna have to change the weapon I give you.
You don't have to change it. I'm saying and he said I can only access these powers once I enter in a certain world.
Oh. Okay. Never mind. I'm not changing what I'm giving you.
You gotta hear me out first. I was even finish my scene.
I look down for a second, and I notice something, and then I look back up, and I'm like, how big do you like them? A, B, C, like how big?
What?
You heard me.
Why are you asking me this?
It's for a weapon.
Sure it is.
And I look at the blueprints, and I'm like, yeah, it's definitely for a weapon. I swear.
Tell me what the size. Tell me why you need certain sizes, so I'll know.
I look at the blueprints again and say, this weapon is specifically designed for you and Laz. I have Laz's measurements. She didn't know I took them. If you tell her, you are dead. This is supposed to be a surprise.
I'm already dead.
Well, yeah, you got reincarnated, but you're dead again. This is supposed to be a surprise for her.
I'll say I'll tell you later.
Okay. Or just write it on the back of this, and I just hand you a blue sheet of paper, and I put my hand underneath and give you a white chalk marker and say, write it now, and I'll not bother you about this ever again.
And I proceed to do that and just kind of just leave with Magasu Izanagi appearing behind me and just disappearing straight away.
And I saw that, and I'm like, oh God, this is going to be annoying. But I walk out, and I walk out of the house completely, and I walk into the actual forge, and I grab the chunk of uru. If anybody has been watching Jerome in Insane Craft, you'll know what uru ore is.
Oh God.
But I'm not going to be referencing it like that. I'm going to be actually saying uru.
Uro.
Uru, yeah. The ore that Mjolnir is made out of, the Leviathan axe, and
Loki's daggers.
I thought his scepter was too.
His scepter is too. At least Marvel Universe's scepter was.
Yeah, his scepter was. Thanos' gauntlet
In Marvel
was.
Universe. In actual mythology, it was just made from wood.
Yeah. Mythology is made up from wood. But Thanos' gauntlet was made from Uru. Uru. So I walk in and I put the metal. I don't put it on the fire. I open a portal. I walk in and I close the portal behind me.
And that's where we cut to Laz after her drawing.
We cut to Laz after the drawing. And she's now knocking on the forge's door, wondering if I'm in there.
Which I'm mostly just waiting for a response. Like she'll keep knocking, not getting an answer.
And after a few minutes of knocking, she finally tries to open the door, and the door is unlocked.
So I just walk in with like different blueprints of different weapons you can make.
And you look around and you see a big plaque on the anvil. And as you walk up to the plaque, it shows the Dwarven Award for smithing from the Norse dwarves. That's how I got the Uwu or Uru, and it says everything that I've been awarded by the gods and the smithing dwarves and am allowed to do, and then a note underneath addressed to Fox, not Laz, to Fox, and it's in a cryptic code. Laz reads it as out, not back, 20-ish days. And Laz takes it to Fox, and Fox reads it and reads it how it's supposed to be read, and it says making you your weapon and what you want, what the size you want it. So this is going to be able to be hidden very easily by you and by Laz. This will also not need the medallion to calm us. So this will help you in the long run. Give it 1 hour from when Laz finds this letter and hold your hand out while outside of the house. Wait 30 seconds and then point your hand towards a tree and then just wait. So you look at Laz and ask when she found it, and she says like a minute or two ago. And you put a timer on your scroll goes off, you walk out of the house and do exactly what the letter
As I walk
says.
out, Laz sees the exact same scene I told you about Magasu appearing behind my back and disappearing.
Yeah, but you do exactly as the note says, because you know when it comes to smithing new weapons, I'm always truthful. And
Oh, semi.
Yeah, 90% truthful. Last 10% is maybe just to have you flail around like an idiot to get your weapon. So you do it very discreetly. And Laz wonders why you walked out of the house after a certain amount of time. So she watches you, and she didn't notice you hold out your hand for 30 seconds. She didn't notice that you were holding out your hand for 30 seconds. She just saw you held out your hand and then point at a tree. And you just stand there, waiting. Maybe like 5, 10-ish minutes later, a meteorite comes barreling down, and a scream can be heard from it, and it land in the crater. That was a tree. And a mangled body right next to it holding onto the hilt.
I simply go over and say, Alexis, you okay?
After maybe a few seconds, my vocal cords have been regenerated to, ow.
Why'd you hold on to the hilt?
I forgot. 1 hour time. Almost done with decorations. Ow.
You know, like, the decoration is just automatic thanks to you-know-who.
Yeah, but I like doing it hand. I don't like... Oh god, ow, this hurts. This hurts so bad. And you just hear bones snapping and cracking back into place. And you
I just pick up the
wince.
axe. I just pick up the Leviathan axe, not carrying what what Alexis wants.
And you wince because you hear something snap that shouldn't have snapped. And then you go on your day like, meh.
Like, I don't really care.
And I stand up being like, ow, that hurt. Man, that 3-month time span. Wow, that was fast. I really love how the dwarves did that. But, hey, Fox, I can't even keep you there for like 10 seconds to tell you what it can do.
If it's the Leviathan axe, I already know everything.
Well, not just the Leviathan axe.
If we also talk about the Magatsu glaive, then I already know that about that too.
I was going to tell you that it can transform into any divine weapon that has an elemental affinity. even with light and
Oh,
dark.
so like this as the axe changes to the Magasu glaive.
Yeah, but the only ones that cannot recreate are mine, the Chaos Blades. Those are the only
Well, because yours
ones.
aren't really mythical. Yours are kind of curses.
Well, they're still divine weapons. They're cursed, not actually given or earned.
Divine.
No, given or earned. The B class is a true divine weapon. They must be given or earned instead of cursed upon the wielder. Well, that and also the Leviathan axe normally is decored with snake depictions and serpent-like features. Well, you're holding on to a tail instead of a hilt. As you look down, you
So
see fur-like marks on the hilt and a fur handle a little lower down, just barely lower down than your hand, and a fox head on the hilt.
I just want to say, how many foxes did you kill?
I didn't kill any. I kind of stole some of the fur that Laz sheds. It's really hard to weave. Okay.
As you say this, the hilt changes to a metal type hilt, but with the top still having fox like protrusion. Just all the fur is gone.
God damn it! Why did you?
And have told me.
Took me so long to weave that.
Shouldn't have told me it was her fur.
That's the only way I would have been able to have it affect her.
It's still there. It's just I changed the appearance.
Well, now that the blade is fully bound to you, that will make the fires of Niflheim come here. And any of the elements that you summon will be in the form of a fire. And if you actually summon a fire with it, it will not be a fire, it will be a more of an explosion on impact. So any kind of fire weapon you summon will be more of an explosive weapon and very hard to control. Any ice weapon, it will be super easy to control, so I suggest you stay as ice. And remember, this is for an emergency. So I'm putting a specific rack underneath the roof in the attic to where if you need it, you call it and it'll shoot out of the roof without destroying the house. This is not a main weapon. This is a temporary weapon, because if you hold it for too long, you're going to get addicted to it. And that is very, very bad for you, at least. And after I say that, I take the Leviathan axe from Fox and say, this is going in the attic. And I'll know when you call it. And I'll give you a prop to spar with that won't be destroyed. But this stays in the attic unless you need it. It's only classified to fight me and Laz. As I walk up, and you try calling it back, and it doesn't respond.
I don't even try to call him back. It just switches to the glaive.
It doesn't. It doesn't respond to you while I'm holding it. Doesn't respond whatsoever while I'm holding it. But once I put it on the rack, and the rack is a special rack that will change with the weapon, you switch it to the glaive, and the rack changes with it. I'm like, there we go. This is going to be annoying. Time to make the prop. I know how heavy it is, how light it will be for her, so it's going to be easy to find. as I walk down to the forge and I start banging out a piece of metal.
And that
Very
doesn't really
slowly.
matter. We have 2 minutes, so let's just wrap up.
So by the end of the day, I get the prop done. I hand it to you and say, "This is what you're going to be fighting me and Laz with when we spar with you." Laz is going to have to go into a fox form, and I'm going to probably transform into a bear form because I do have a shape-shifting ability. But anyways, so we're going to spar like that, and yeah.
As I run out to go attack a tree, you can just hear the weapon snap.
Well, damn. Huh. Looks like I gotta make the handle out of metal this time. I walk back into my forge and I start banging out another weapon.
And let's go over to last for the last minute.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd mostly would just actually go back to the forge and putting all the blueprints that I finished drawing on your table, so when you can make them, you can. I'd really be doing much.
And as I walk out of the forge in the morning, I am deadbeat tired, but I'm raring to see what challenges Laz is giving me. But I walk straight up to Fox, who's barely awake at this time, and says, "Don't break it this time." And I walk into the smithy for my gunsmithing, and I look at the blueprints.
I simply say while you're walking back, like, as long as you can channel lightning, it shouldn't break.
Don't channel lightning through the Leviathan axe, or it will have massive feedback and it's gonna really hurt. But otherwise,